You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Panther Stadium for another season of Panther football, the 2024 season kicking off tonight. I'm Jared Lucky along with Maury Stein, and we are ready to get this season kicked off here in Medina Valley, taking on the Leander Glen Grizzlies. Visiting from just north of Austin up there at Leander. The last time the Panthers faced them was in the playoffs about 5 or 6 years ago. Medina Valley lost that game 28-14 up there in the playoffs. So the Grizzlies visiting here. It's a beautiful evening for a ball game. New turf on the field. You can see it on the camera. It looks awesome. It really does look good.
Yeah, I want to thank the school board members and the supporting Medina County that voted on the bond to have this beautiful field. And, you know, Jared, this only helps matters when the playoffs start. Maybe there's some teams local that maybe want to use the field because it is a beautiful field. And I want to thank everybody and whoever had a hand in this. It's a new season, Jared. Tell them why.
We're in 6A. Yeah. Now Medina Valley's moved up to 6A. 7 teams in the district, 4 Laredo schools, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, and Medina Valley. Those are your 7 schools. And so some traveling involved with district this year, but you get 4 non-district games. You get Leander. Next week we'll be at Bernie Champion. Then the week after that we'll be at home against Bernie High School, who had a close game with Piper last night.
That was a great game.
And then at Burbank in San Antonio. So you're going to see some different competition this year. Teams that the Panthers, you're going to see Bernie and Bernie Champion, who the Panthers have played, but you're going to get to see a lot of new teams, a lot of new competition, and, a little stouter competition. This is 6A. The teams are going to be deeper. They're going to have a lot of athletes to move in and out of games, but the Panthers will as well. And the Panthers have some people returning. Michael Newton at quarterback. Some of their main players, a lot of their defense is returning, who was very good last year.
2 members of the James gang returning this year on the defensive side of the ball.
And you're going to see some new faces as well. And Coach Britt was very enthused at the show on Wednesday night and eager to get this season started. And we're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we'll come back and set the game up a little more for you. You're listening to Panther Football, brought and by Dotson House Moving and Construction, and we'll continue here in a moment.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. A new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab, posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados, or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1-year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. Medina Valley and Leander Glen getting ready to kick off the regular season here. New school year, new football season, new athletic year. The pregame show brought to you this year by Medina Electric Cooperative. Thank you to them for sponsoring the pregame, and for all of our sponsors, and to Juke's Meat Market for supplying the tray and the food for the press box like they have been for the last 3 or 4 years.
Kenton, Jeff, Greg, Kerry, all the people that help us out up here, we totally appreciate it. And, Jared, we mentioned a new district. A lot of windshield time is what they're calling it because there's a lot of driving. We have to go down to Laredo on a Thursday, Saturday night. And there's just new teams. So we mentioned these sponsors. You can watch it live on the YouTube channel. If you want to be a sponsor, there's still time to jump on board for all the sports, the fall sports, every sport. Just contact Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504. Or I believe you can shoot him an email. I'm not sure what his email address is. I'll get that to you. But there's still room for a lot of sponsors because without them, Jared, we know that this is not possible.
Right, exactly. And, we enjoy doing these games. We enjoy bringing them to you for the young men who are playing, for the young women who play that we do sports for as well. We will be doing some volleyball games this year. I know
they got the schedule set up where every
away game
Tuesday, every away game is on a Tuesday.
Yep.
So with the traveling aspects of it, we're not going to be able to do as many.
Yeah,
but we'll get you the important ones. Because
we like to do this, but we also have our normal jobs, everyday jobs, and that's a lot of time to take off work to go down to those places.
It's easy on a Friday because you can kind of skip out of work. We can kind of plan stuff around. And you got a great boss who is one of the sponsors that allow you to do this job.
But you can't do it 2 or 3 days. If you try to do it Tuesday and Friday, it just doesn't work out.
No.
But looking forward to the season here. Leander Glen, they're going to run the wing T offense. They're going to be physical. They got a 4-man front on defense from what we've been told. When we saw them play in the playoffs 5 or 6 years ago, they were a physical bunch then. They ran the same offense. Coach Britt said they still run it. They're going to be physical. I look for a low-scoring, very physical game. I think if the Panthers tonight can avoid giving up big plays, they have a very good chance of coming out on top in this game. And you got Michael Newton, seasoned veteran, in there running the offense. This is his 3rd year starting quarterback for the Panthers. He's had some injuries in the past, but last year he started the entire season. And I look forward to him being better this year, being more accurate with his passes. And from what I'm told, he's going to run a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the offense can bring this year. And the defense, I think, is going to be stout as always. That bunch was good last year, and you got a lot of them back this year.
Yeah, you lost a couple of starts, but you're returning 8 of them.
Yeah.
So I think, Jared, as you mentioned, the keys to the game are the turnovers. I will state this, that you lost one of your members via move to another school, one of them that the Panthers were expecting to be part of the offense. You also lost Carter Hewitt, who was your big play man last year.
Yep.
He's moved on. That is where the key is to find somebody that can replace him. Somebody needs to step up and take over the job for him.
Well, and I've heard that Brody Rips is fast, that
Yes,
he can catch the ball, that I heard in the scrimmages he looked good moving over the middle of the field, catching passes. So we'll see if they utilize some of these other, players. And he moved from the defensive side of the ball to the slot receiver this year. So we'll see how that transition works and if they utilize him.
In the scrimmage against Wagner, we were pretty vanilla. We didn't show much in that scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball. The defense looked good. Offensive didn't show nothing. Didn't want to give Leander anything to scout about.
And remember, Wagner's stout.
Oh, yes.
I mean, Wagner's one of the top teams in the state for the last 3 or 4 years.
They have a linebacker, number 22, that is going to play somewhere.
Yeah.
In college, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him be playing on a Sunday because that young man is very good.
I know we had 5 players on the other night, and at the show, Aiden Scolark Hopkins is one of the defensive ends this year.
Big number 26.
I'm anxious to see him play. He talked about how he's put on some weight, muscle weight, and gotten stronger, and he's taken the place of a senior that graduated. And I'd like to see him play because I think he's going to be pretty good. I know in the scrimmages he looked pretty good.
Well, if you go to the pre-varsity games yesterday, Medina Valley lost the first game there at Leander. That
was the JV.
JV, the second squad, I believe, 14-2. We won the second one. And here at home, both of the freshman teams both won. So Medina Valley was 3-1 in sub-varsity level. So,
yep. Yeah, and I heard the freshmen looked very good.
Oh, the freshmen looked really good. Both teams. Unfortunately, we're just getting updates from Matt Crisp was kind of keeping us informed, and Mr. Marquardt was keeping us informed of the JV game going on there. So we're just getting bits and pieces and trying to keep the crowd and let everybody know how it went. But I want to thank those two for sending us the updates so we could keep the local people involved. But, Jared, it's almost ready for game time. Keys to the game, you mentioned it. What's your main key to the game tonight?
I think one of the things we're going to have to see tonight, so Anthony Guerrero's gone.
Yes.
So you got Rincon going to run the ball, and they have another young man who's going to run. I think it's going to be how do they fare, back there running the offense this year. I know Rincon stepped up last year some because Guerrero got hurt at the end of the year, and he had to run. But I think it's going to be, can Medina Valley run the football and sustain drives against this team, not turn it over, and can they avoid giving up big plays on defense? Yeah, I think those are the keys to the game. And here come the Panthers onto the field.
And I know we're always, offense, defense, the key is to stop them here, to stop them there. I think the key tonight is going to be the special teams for Medina Valley. Protect the kickoff, get some kickoff returns, establish field position early. I think I think Medina Valley, when they come out with a win tonight, it's going to be something on special teams. That's the big difference.
As Medina Valley just comes out onto the field now, they run through their Panther. First time coming out onto the turf here at Medina Valley. You can see that big G for Grizzlies that Leander Glenn is about to come through.
Well, we saw two Grizzlies last night, didn't we? That was a great game between the Grizzlies and the Buffaloes.
Oh, North Dakota State and Colorado.
That was a great game. And I'll tell you what, that young man that Colorado has to play both ways. He's something else, isn't he?
Yes.
That young, and Shador Sanders, those are two. I wouldn't be surprised if those two go 1 or 2 or 2 and 3 or something in the draft. They have two great players. But so does the other team for being, what is that?
Their division, they've been one of the top teams in Division II, for a long time. But there's a lot of college football starting this week. There's a lot of things going on right now, sports wise.
This is my favorite weekend of the year right now.
Oh yeah,
no doubt about it.
This in the first week of hunting season.
Yeah, first week of dove hunting season.
As Leander comes onto the field now, they'll get ready to do the national anthem here in a minute, and we're going to take a pretty long break here in just a minute to play the national anthem, recognize some of the sponsors, and then we'll be back with all the play-by-play.
The opening kickoff.
Yep, and Medina Valley tonight wearing all black pants, black jerseys with the orange trim, black helmets with the MV logo on the side, just like you see in the center of the field. Leander Glenn wearing all white jerseys with white pants. The numbers are dark blue. Those are their colors, dark blue, white, and orange. They're trimmed in orange with the white helmet and the G on the side for Glenn, as they like to call themselves. They're part of Leander ISD, but they're Glenn High School. And I think they're getting ready to do the coin toss, and I want to point out the captains for Medina Valley out there right now. Number 11, James Vallejo. Number 24, Jacob Warren. Number 5, Brody Rips. And number 13, Michael Newton are your 4 captains for the Panthers as they get ready to say a few words and do the invocation. And we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back with the play-by-play. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by Dotson House Moving and Construction and by North Park Chevrolet. And we will continue in just a moment.
Have you been in an accident? Was your car taken to a body shop? Or maybe an impound yard? Perhaps a major repair that's too costly. Even if this happened 2 years ago, Lone Star Towing is interested in buying all junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. The process of getting you paid and that vehicle out of there is quick and easy. Call Lone Star Towing today at 210-777-0585.
At Medina Electric Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your source for power and information.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. A new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. Posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1-year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville. Or at npchevy.com.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Like you, we love calling this home. Castroville State Bank has been serving the Medina Valley area for over 63 years by providing the best financial products, modern technology, and customer service. Not only are we the local bank you can rely on for all your financial needs, but we are also your neighbors, giving back to the community we grew up in and love. Come home to Castroville State Bank.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium as we're ready to get this ball game going, and we're waiting for the captains to go out for the coin toss. We gave you the Panther captains a little bit ago. For Leander Glenn, their captains, number 77, Zephaniah Franks, number 12, Karen Spencer, number 99, Alexander Lucero, and number 55, Tegan Perry.
Jared, I just want to mention one of the new sponsors, Hernandez Tire and Automotive, located on Bandera Road. We were not able to download the commercial, but they are a brand new sponsor, and we will make it up to y'all next week. But one of the new sponsors for this year's Panther football, Hernandez Tire and Automotive, located on Bandera Road. I want to thank them and all the sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Yes, absolutely. And we always like getting new sponsors in here and seeing new people in the community, supporting the Panthers.
And if you go by and you visit those establishments, tell them where you heard it. Tell them you heard it on Medina Valley Broadcast Network, to let them know that their commercial and their importance is being recognized.
Yes. And the Panthers are going to get the ball to start the ball game.
They will defend the East Gold, I believe is what they said.
And we are about ready to get it going here. The Panthers all in black, the Grizzlies all in white, ready to kick off the 2024 football season.
And this is the part I like too, Jared.
Yep.
Where they're recognizing all the servicemen, former and present, that have represented this great country that we live in. And they are well worth it. Well worth the round of applause.
The Panthers are going to be going left to right to start the ball game. And they're going to get the football, and it looks like back deep to receive for the Panthers is going to be number 1. Well, we'll see what they send back there. But it looks like it's going to be Connor Chris back deep to receive, along with number 24 for the Panthers, Jacob Warren. 2 men right in front of them, number 5, Brody Rips, number 19, Joseph Habe are your 4 guys back far. And for Leander Glenn, they will tee up the football at the 40-yard line, ready to kick it away. That's number 0, Armando Don Juan, the kicker for Leander Glenn. And the Grizzlies ready to kick off the football season. And the ball just blew off the tee.
As Lucy just dropped the ball from Charlie Brown, huh? Yeah, well, as Marcus just said, our camera guy, everybody under 35 will not understand that joke. But it's still one to last.
And the kick's away, and it is a high end-over-end kick that's going to go through the end zone for a touchback. What a kick.
Well, he got a little wind.
He's got some wind at his back, but still,
that was a great kick.
And so the Panthers will start. First down and 10. And we're ready to get this ball game underway. As the offense will come out here first. You're going to see kind of a new look from the Panthers this year. They're going to go under center. Newton will go under center. He has a lone back. 2 wideouts here for Medina Valley as he'll take the snap. They're going to pitch it to the left side, looking for some room. Cuts it up to the 30, gets up to the 31-yard line. So a pickup of 6 yards on first down. That was number 25, Rincon, on the carry.
Devion Toney, the linebacker for the Grizzlies, on the tackle, but not before a good gain on first down.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 4 coming up, so a good first play. Move your mic closer. Under center again. In motion, takes the snap. Going to hand it off there. They're going to pitch it. Good move there. Warren on the move, gets up to the 40. That's actually going to be Rips on the move, and he's going to get down to about the 42-yard line across the 50 and a first down. Big gain for the Panthers. Good misdirection and good hand fake.
Good speed there shown by Rips. Josh Stevens on the stop there for the Grizzlies, but a great gain. Great fake there.
27-yard pickup for Brody Rips.
We both thought Rincon had it for a little bit. Good job by Newton.
Good job by that offensive line to open some holes also. Rincon, the lone back. They'll send Rips in motion right to left. Takes the snap, gives it to Rincon up the middle, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up.
James Gray on the stop there. Defensive end for the Grizzlies.
It's a 4-2-5 look that Leander Glenn's going with. It's almost like they have 5 linemen, though, with those 2 ends standing up. They'll send a man in motion. Gives it to Rincon over the right side of the line. He's going to get maybe a yard on the play. Looks like they'll spot him at the 38. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Devion Tony once again, the inside linebacker on the stop for Leander, along with number 11, Ralph Norman.
So 3rd and 6 here. Into the game comes Cade Gallion and number 82, Matthew Philpott. 2 wide receivers out to the left here for the Panthers. Zendejas is the lone back for Medina Valley. They'll send Rips in motion, takes the snap, pitches it out to Rips. He's trying to get to the outside, turns the corner, gets hit hard, but he's going to get the 1st down. Rips took a big shot, but he gets 7 yards on the carry. 1st down for the Panthers.
Yeah, Alexander Ross Randolph, one of the defensive backs on the stop, but a good inside-outside move there by Rips. Knew exactly where he needed to go.
And a good job to hang on to the football because
Absolutely.
That's one of those hits that could easily jar it loose. Needed 6, got 7. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of Leander Glenn.
Showing some toughness and some grit out there, Mr. Rips.
Couple 1st downs for the Panthers here on this drive, looking to keep it going. Rincon back in there as the lone back. Newton under center. Sends a man in motion, takes the snap, going to give it to Rincon up the middle, and he's going to get 1 yard, gets to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Braylon DeLoach on the stop there, and that time no push there for the Panthers as the big defensive tackle just got in there, made contact right at the line of scrimmage. Shortest gain of the night for the Panthers there, a 1 yard gain.
2nd down, 9 upcoming. Panthers looking to establish that run early, as we thought they would. Zendejas, the lone back. They send a man in motion, looking to throw. Fires complete to Gallion, and he gets taken down almost immediately. He fell forward to the 28-yard line to get 2 yards, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6. We'll see where they move it to.
Panthers had a couple of blockers out there, Jared, but number 7 did a good job of splitting in between there. Davion Tony to make that play. It looked like it was going to be a lot more prosperous than what it turned out to be, but a good job on defense by the inside linebacker.
3rd down and 7 to go. Panthers converted on 3rd and 6 earlier. No wide receivers here. They're all tight to the formation. They send Rips in motion. Looking to throw, under pressure, and he's going to get sacked by number 44, Demario Alba, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 13. Big defensive play.
Alba was lined up on the left side of the formation, Jared, in that stand-up like a defensive end. He just read the play, and there was nobody touched him.
Yep.
Easy sack there for number 44.
I mean, Newton had nowhere to go. I mean, that was not his fault at all. He did the play fake, and as soon as he stood up to throw, Alba was in his face.
Yeah, he looked to the left, wanted to turn back to the right, and unfortunately all he saw was White coming at him.
Number 84, Brennan Butler to punt it away for the Panthers. Ball at the 35. Trying to pin him deep here. Number 2 back deep for Glenn, Demarius Davis. And it's a high kick that's going to take a bounce and be downed at the 19-yard line.
Reese Hatcher there to down that ball for the Panthers. 16 yards on the punt, Jared, down at the 19-yard line. So we'll see the Panthers on defense and the Grizzlies on offense for the first time tonight.
Yes.
Had a good drive going.
Yep.
They just
But you don't want to revert to last year's stuff where we saw Medina Valley move the ball between the 20s and stall out numerous times. Hopefully that's not the case. We'll see how this game keeps going. Glenn quickly to the line. They're going to run it quickly up the middle. Gets stuffed. Gets a 2-yard gain, though, up to the 21-yard line.
There's the young man we talked about in the pregame, Sculler Hopkins, on the stop there, along with the other young man who was on the coach's show, James Vallejo.
Second down and 8 coming up, and that's what they're going to do, run that wing T. They're going to run up quickly to the ball. They're going to snap it quickly. Under center, Dakota, they're going to run it to the outside with Davis trying to get around the corner, turns it, and he gets run over by number 4, Jackson Calvert. 1 yard gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Great job there by Calvert. Warren did a good job of turning that inside for the Panthers. Calvert was right there to make the play.
Dubelweiss is the quarterback. Davis is their main running back, number 2, who we saw right there. But a good job by the Panthers to string that out to the end. 3rd down and 7. We'll see if they can get off the field. Looking to throw, rolling out right, throws it. He's got Davis, and he overshot him because if he hits him, he's got a lot of room to run.
If he hits him, he's got number 10 and number 1 caravanning in front of him. That might have went the distance.
Yeah, and I mean, if that throws on the money, that might be 6 points. Fortunately for the Panthers, it was overthrown, and it's going to be 4th down, and Glenn will have to punt.
He had the wind at his back, and maybe he didn't plan on that wind because that ball just kind of looked like it sailed on him a little bit.
And you got to remember, they're not a team that throws the ball very often. Looks like their punter is Alexander Lucero, number 99. 2 men back deep for the Panthers. That's Crisp and Warren, I believe. Punt is away, almost had it blocked. Wobbly punt that's going to bounce at the 50, take a Glenn roll inside the 40, and be down at the 36-yard line is where the Panthers will start.
James Stanton got pretty close off the edge to get down. 40-yard punt.
Had the wind at his back there, and I mean, he kicked that away from the return man. There was really not a chance to go field that.
So let's see how the Panthers do on their second offensive possession.
4:59 to play here in the first quarter. A lot of running plays. It's made that first quarter tick down pretty quickly.
Yes, it has.
Under center, Newton. Rincon, the lone back. 2 wide outs to each side. They'll send a man in motion. Going to run the option. And that's going to go for a loss as Xavier Gonzalez took the pitch and tried to run, and he loses 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Yeah, the outside linebacker, Vincent, just had that in red completely.
Well, and Leander Glenn has made some adjustments. The Panthers had some good runs early. They're coming up to stop the run. They're daring Medina Valley to throw the football.
Yep.
Second down and 14 here. Two wide outs to the near side. The Panthers going left to right. Rips goes in motion. Takes the snap. Hands it off Rincon up the middle, and he gets a yard back on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
Number 7, Davion Toney, once again. He's very active there in the linebacker spot.
3rd and long here for the Panthers. And if Leander can get a stop here, now they flip the field position.
Well, and you can see, Jared, they've changed their splits on their defensive line. They're not allowing the Panthers to get to that second level after the initial block. Look how wide their splits are now.
Newton under center. Sends Rips in motion, takes the snap. Going to run it himself. Newton to the 35, and he gets hit. He's going to try to plow forward, gets up to the 39-yard line, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Spencer, the defensive back, came up.
But they're going to have to punt, and Butler's going to come on to punt it away. Now, we saw Butler last year. He's got a leg. He can kick.
He looked good in the scrimmage last week.
He's kicking into the wind here.
Lone man back.
Davis back deep to return. Butler boots it away. High end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at the 40 and take a Panther bounce down to the 30, make it the 27-yard line. So a good punt by Butler.
36 yards on the punt, Jared.
And so it'll be 1st and 10, Leander, from their own 27-yard line.
Panthers' first offensive series looked good. A little bit of adjustment by Glenn on the second possession. Panthers on defense looked very good their first time out on the field. Let's see if they can keep that going.
First down and 10. 2:56 to play here in the first quarter. Glenn comes to the line, takes the snap, misdirection play, and he is hit and taken down in the backfield for a loss. Back to the 24-yard line. That was Davis getting wrapped up. Good job by the Panther front line.
Zion Martinez on the stop for the Panthers. Great play for that TFL, tackle for loss.
3-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 13 coming up.
One of your new members on that defensive line there for the Panthers. Saw some action last year. But
quickly to the line.
Starter.
Takes the snap, pitches it Davis, coming near side. That's not Davis. That's number 4 with it for the first time. And he gets hit and taken down, gets the loss of yards back +1. That was number 4, Keaton Gordon on the carry, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Good lateral movement there by number 11, James Vallejo.
So 3rd and 9 here, and that's what you want.
Got to be aware of that little underneath route that they had wide open last time, Jared. They flooded the right side of the formation with 3 receivers.
Takes the snap, rolling out right, looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it down and look to run it himself. He's going to get the first down and gets out of bounds. A Panther defensive back came up and looked like he was going to make a tackle, and he missed it, and they end up with a first down.
Yep, there was a Panther there that could have been for a gain of about 5.
He needed 9, and he got 9.
Right on the number. Great job by the quarterback. Good scramble.
Minute 10 to go, first quarter. They come right back to the line. Gives it off. Left side of the line, number 23 on the carry. That's Jason Ortiz, and he picks up 5.
Stanton taking the legs out of the running back.
So 2nd down, 5 to go. So they're starting to incorporate some different players into that running game now. Davis, Gordon, and Ortiz. Levi Dunn checks into the game for the Grizzlies.
Don't have near the number of players as Medina Valley does on the sidelines.
Dubelweiss underneath center. Takes a snap. Rolling out right side. He's going to run it himself. Gets hit and brought down at the 45-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Vallejo and Suazo Vega on the stop there for the Panthers.
And it will be 3rd and 2. And that is going to end the first quarter of play.
Oh, my.
First quarter went quickly here. No score after the first quarter. Your score, Medina Valley 0, Leander Glen 0. And we'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and by Dotson House Moving and Construction. And we'll continue here in just a moment.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. A new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab, posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados, or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1-year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium as we switch sides of the field. Medina Valley now defending the east goal here. Leander moving left to right. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from their own 45-yard line. As they come quickly to the line, sends a man in motion. They give it to Davis. Tries to cut up field, and he's going to be very close. I think he's going to have the first down.
Second ever, I think, had him.
And they do give it. Look, he signals first down, and he wasn't even close, but
no.
they got it.
Warren and Martinez on the stop there for the Panthers. I would have almost bet a wooden nickel, Jared, if they got any little bit on that third down, they would go for it on fourth, where they are in the field.
Yeah, I agree. Looking to throw with time, fires over the middle. That's complete to the 42-yard line of Medina Valley, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Pick up a 10 yards on the play, and he had all day to throw that.
He did. Warren on the stop there. I saw a Panther break towards the football, and it looked like he was going to have a chance, but he was just trying to get out there to cover a little swing man outside. But he just sat down in a soft spot of his own there, Jared, and his quarterback found him in the open spot.
Takes that snap again. This time it's hitting the backfield, and he squirts free up to the 30, down the sideline to the 20. 10 cuts in. He's taken down at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal. That should have been a loss of 5 yards. Instead, he's first and goal at the 5.
Martinez blew up that play in the backfield, had the running back and the quarterback both tackled, and the quarterback spun out of the tackle. Busted play all the way down inside the 5-yard line.
36-yard gain. It should have been a loss of 5.
That was just a great job by the quarterback because the Panthers were all over that play.
Dubelbeiss making that play happen. And now you got a timeout taken by Leander. That's their first timeout, brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. And they'll have 2 remaining. And with that, we'll take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue in a moment.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
So 7-0 as Gordon ran it into the end zone for the touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown carry. The extra point was good. 7-0 your score, and the Panthers will be getting the ball back here. The kickoff is going to be brought to you by Hernandez Tire and Automotive.
Located on Bandera Road. Want to thank them for jumping on board this year to support Medina Valley athletics. Crisp and Warren. Jared once again back there deep for the Panthers. And the 15 yards on the personal foul face mask on the touchdown will be enforced here on the kickoff.
So they'll kick from the Panther 45. So there's one of two things that could happen here.
A little shenanigans.
He's either going to put it through the end zone or he's going to kick an onside here and try to get it back. Because if you lose it, Medina Valley still only has it around the 35-yard line.
Got to be aware of everything here.
As Don Juan has it teed up. From the left hash. And he will run up, and that is an onside kick, and it's going to be fielded by the Panthers at the 31-yard line. There's a flag down, probably offside on the kick.
But a good job of being aware for the Panthers.
I mean, you got to be ready for it. If they're going to kick off on your side of the field, why not try that?
Exactly.
I mean, you just scored a touchdown. The momentum's in your favor. You don't give away good field position.
Zendejas was the Panther who got on that football. And not only do you get it on a short kickoff, you get the 5 yards yet on the penalty.
On the penalty.
So the Panthers will have good starting field position here.
They should have it at the 37-yard line by the time they're done. Or rather, the 37's where they're going to have it. First down and 10.
Good Medina Valley math there, Jared. Okay, let's go, Panthers.
Newton out of the under center. Two wide receivers here for the Panthers. Going to hand the ball off straight up the middle and get a yard. Maybe a yard on the play.
Number 99, Lucero, getting up from the bottom of the pile. You know, they don't look that big up front, but I think it's because of they're wearing white, and it usually makes you look thinner. But since that first series, they've controlled the line of scrimmage instead of the Panthers' offense.
Newton under center again. Sends a man in motion, takes the handoff, going to pitch it out. That's Gonzalez with it. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Good job out there by Jaden Smith, one-on-one. Who could make him make that first man miss. You had a little bit of room there, but a good job by number 22 coming up from his cornerback position. Actually got him right now and as one of the safeties.
Well, now it's 3rd down, Maury, and the Panthers have only tried 2 passes tonight. One, they were sacked on a 3rd down where they had to throw. The other one was on a 2nd down play, and now you're in 3rd and 8 again, an obvious passing down, and you know that Glenn's going to be ready for it. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap, rolling out, near side, looking to throw. Newton on the run, fires, complete up to Gallion. He's going to have the 1st down. Up to the 50-yard line, good pass and catch. Gallion had a man on his back, made that catch in traffic.
Yeah, Cade went 1 yard past the sticks needed, turned around, and Newton put the ball right on the money. Great job.
And a good throw by Newton, moving and throwing against his body. So 1st down, Panthers at the 50-yard line. We'll see if that 1st down can give them a little spark here. Too wide out to the right again. Sends a man in motion. Newton going to keep it himself, and he's going to fall forward to the 49-yard line. Gets 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up.
Going to run into the big arms of number 44, Alba. And on that previous 3rd down play, there was pressure coming from the backside.
Yes.
And Newton must have sensed it because he got rid of it just in time. as Glenn brought one more rusher than the Panthers had blockers.
Zendejas in there for the Panthers. At the lone back. Sends Rips in motion. Gives it to Zendejas up the middle, and he fights his way forward to the 45-yard line.
Good second effort there.
Yeah, he was initially stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I thought he was at the line of scrimmage. Norman on the stop there for the Grizzlies.
3rd down and 5 here for Medina Valley at the Leander 45-yard line. 6:33 to play here in the first half. 2 wideouts to the left. Galleon's the slot man. They send Rips in motion. They're going to pitch it to him. Coming to the near side. He's got to make some moves, and he's getting nowhere. He's going to lose 3 yards, make it 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7, and Leander was ready for that.
Yeah, Norman once again on a stop, Jared, and he's been in over half of their stops so far.
See, you could see the end and the middle linebacker both came up, and Rips had nowhere to go with it.
No, he was in no man's land.
And they're going to have to punt as Butler comes back to boot it away. Davis back deep to receive, standing around his own 9-yard line. Wind at Butler's back. Good snap. Kicks away. A good spiral kick that's going to bounce at the 11. And it looks like it hit Leander's foot.
Let's see who they're going to give the ball to.
They're going to give it to Leander Glenn. So
it must have hit a Panther foot, but it hit somebody's.
So a Glenn player tackled a Medina Valley player, and how there was not a penalty on that, I have no idea. But then it hit somebody's foot down there, and it's going to be Leander football at, looks like, the 14-yard line.
Regardless, that was dangerous for Leander to even come close to even getting close to that football.
Yep. 5:24 to play. Leander scored on their last drive. Capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run by Keaton Gordon. And they come up with that wing tee offense again quickly. Coming near side, that's Davis with it. Spins away from a tackle. Now a couple, gets up to the 25-yard line. Picks up 11 yards and a first down.
Finally drug down there by Martinez.
There's a flag back at the 15-yard line.
That's usually in holding.
That's the first flag, second flag of the evening, and that's a hold against Leander. So that'll help the Panthers out a little bit. That'll negate that first down run. It'll be half the distance to the goal, so they'll mark it back to the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and 17 coming up. Gives it to Gordon up the middle. A lot of room to run to the 15, 20. Still on his feet to the 25, and he's going to have the first down.
Wow, you had him pinned deep in a good run there by Gordon. Wow.
19-yard pickup on 1st and 17. And, I mean, a big hole opened up for him through the middle.
Calvert on the stop there for the Panthers.
I mean, nobody touched him until he was 15 yards downfield. Gives it to Davis, going around the left side of the line, across the 30, up to the 33-yard line.
Warren on the stop there for the Panthers.
Another 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
They figured something out here.
Well, I mean, don't kid yourself. They got some big boys on the line. Look at number 77.
Yeah, he overshadows everybody.
It's Theodore Bull. Gives it off left side here. Going to get the first down. Pick up a 4 yards on the play. Up to the 37-yard line.
Fears getting up from the bottom of the pile.
3:44 and counting to go. And this is what Leander wants to do. They want to methodically move the football, run the clock down, and wear you out.
Shorten the game.
Yep. Dubelweiss under center, gives it off to Davis going around the right side, and this time he gets met and stopped after a 3-yard gain.
Good job there. Sorry, Jared.
No, you're good.
Good job there by Martinez stretching out the play. Ran him into the big arms of number 55, who finished it off for the Panthers.
Got up to the 40-yard line, a 3-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 7 coming up with 3 minutes to go.
It was Gibson Kennard.
Leander still with 2 timeouts remaining. The Panthers with all 3 of theirs. They're going to pass, looking right side, and they're going to blow the play dead.
False start. Didn't see who moved. Did you see anybody
I didn't
move?
see who moved. But it is a false start against Leander Glenn. So that'll make it 2nd down and 12 as they'll move it back to the 35-yard line.
It was thrown by the near side official here.
So 2nd and 12. Takes the snap, gives it to Gordon left side, and he's got a lot of room to run to midfield, to the 40. Tries to cut it back to the 30, and he's forced out of bounds around the 30-yard line. They'll actually spot him at the 31.
Warren runs him out of bounds on the sidelines, but a good gain.
A 28-yard pickup. With 2:23 to go, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line of Medina Valley, and a timeout taken by Coach Britt. Wants to talk things over with his defense here. Timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment. We'll take a quick break as well. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue in just a moment.
And then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Back here at Panther Stadium, 2:17 to go in the timeout. Medina Valley talking things over here. And, you know, since that first series, Medina Valley had them go 3 and out on their first possession of the game, Leander Glenn. Since then, they put up 2 scores against the Panthers, and they're driving again here now. And
well, they've put up 1. They're
they put up 1 score, but they're driving again here, and they're opening up holes. Their running backs are sometimes being untouched 10 yards down the field, and you know that front line of Leander is dominating the game right now.
Yeah, they're getting some chunk plays now.
Yeah, and you know you got to see the Panthers make some adjustments here and see if they can stop that run. Quickly to the line, takes that snap, and they're going to get a false start here again against the Grizzlies.
And the Leander coaches got their palms down saying, what are you calling? Who are you calling it on?
And a false start against the Grizzlies, so that'll move them back 5. It'll make it 1st and 15. They've overcome a few penalties on this drive. They overcame a holding call and now in 1 false start already. 2:15 to play here in the first half. 7-0 Leander Glenn is your score. Dubelweiss under center, takes the snap, gives it right side to Ortiz, and he gets hit and taken down around the 31-yard line. Got the 5 yards back. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Looked like he had a lot more, but he ran into number 2 for the Panthers, Suazo Vega.
And a timeout taken by Medina Valley, and they'll have 1 timeout remaining.
And that timeout is sponsored by Peerless Equipment.
So with 2:06 to go here now, you got 2nd down and 10. If you're Medina Valley, the big thing here is you got to keep them out of the end zone again. You don't want to go into halftime down 2 scores. 7-0, I mean, you're in a the way the game's going, a 14-0 score is big because of the way the game is being played.
And they've got to get a lot closer because the wind is into their face. I'm not sure how good a leg number 0 has, Don Juan, but
I think pretty good from what we saw in the kickoff and the extra point. But, I mean, you never know. So 2nd down and 10 coming up here from the Panther 31-yard line. Quickly to the line. Ortiz, the back, they give it to Davis from the slot position coming inside, and he's going to get 1 yard to the 30-yard line. No, they're going to give him no gain. They actually spot him at the 31. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Good job by the defensive front for the Panthers.
Clock will tick here with 1:48 and counting to go. Leander still with 2 timeouts remaining. Panthers with only 1. And this is a big 3rd and 10 here for Medina Valley because you wonder if Leander gets a good chunk of this if they go for it on 4th down. They come to the line quickly. 2 wide receivers out left. Takes the snap, rolling out, looking to throw. Under some pressure, throws against his body high. Tipped by Gordon, and it goes out of bounds.
Good pressure.
Yeah, the pressure made that throw be high because he had Gordon sitting down in the flat out there.
And they were just going to get about 5 or 6 and make that decision. You would have thought if they'd have got it, them yardage, they may have went for it. But
so they're going to go for it here, I think.
They're still going for it.
1:23 to go. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. It's 4th down and 10.
Well, it's not that bad of a hard decision for them.
No.
Because the Panthers haven't done anything since their first series on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, and this is a 48-yard field goal into the wind if they would kick. And now timeout taken by Leander. And maybe they want to make that decision. Wind is in their face. It would be a 48-yard field goal. They might have just wanted to see how Medina Valley was going to line up.
Yeah, because I cannot see them trying a 48-yard field goal. And, you know, as often as pass interference is called, you know, it's not that tough a decision to go for it. Because the Panthers opened up the game with a beautiful drive. It stalled inside the 30-yard line. But they haven't had much after that.
No, to give Leander's defense credit, they made some adjustments. We talked about how they widened their splits on the defensive line, and Medina Valley hasn't been able to answer that yet other than a complete pass for a 1st down. The running game hasn't been there since that opening drive.
No. They've taken everything, the outside run, completely away from the Panthers.
So 4th and 10, they'll go for it. Looking to throw. Rolling out left side. No pressure. All day to throw. Now he's going to tuck it down and run himself. He's not going to get the 1st down. Gets out of bounds around the 24-yard line. But he's going to be short of the 1st down. They'll actually spot at the 25 with 1:06 to play. And the Panther defense holds.
Stanton with the stop there on the play for the Panthers.
1:06 to play. Panthers with a timeout. We'll see what they want to do. They're telling him to put some more time on the clock. They're trying to get him to put 1:13 on the clock. And now we're ready to go. And we'll see what Medina Valley wants to do here, if they just want to run the clock out or if they actually want to try to get downfield and get some points before halftime. Newton under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out left. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. The screen wasn't there. Now he gets it set up. It was almost picked off by number 9.
Deloche almost was there for that.
And that goes incomplete. Runs 5 seconds off the clock. Now it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Tried to set up that little bubble screen to the right side of the formation, but it was read good by number 9 at big
Yeah.
defensive end.
I mean, I think if they could float it over Deloche, but that's one of those plays where he just happened to be there. You don't expect that. Newton to throw, drops back, looking to fire over the middle, incomplete. Pass was intended for Gonzalez over the middle, and it's a minute 4 remaining now, and it's 3rd and 10. And the Grizzlies still with a timeout remaining. Gonzalez had a step on his man in double coverage, but Newton just led him a little too far. But he led him to the right way. I mean,
Yes.
if you're gonna throw it bad one way or the other, it's better to do it out in front of him. Because if he throws it behind him, that can get undercut and picked off easily. So on 3rd and 10, Newton under center. They send a man in motion. They're going to Newton's going to keep it himself, and he falls forward for a gain of 1, and we'll see if Leander takes their timeout.
They do.
They do, with 56 seconds remaining.
Alba on the stop there for the Grizzlies. I think that's the final timeout for the Grizzlies.
Yes.
That timeout is sponsored by Peerless Equipment.
And we'll take a quick break as well. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue in a moment.
Medina Healthcare System provides local residents with quality healthcare resources close to home without having to drive to San Antonio for their healthcare needs. Medina Healthcare System has stellar family practice physicians, a full-time OBGYN, a full-time surgeon, and very qualified nurse practitioners and physician assistants. Locations include Hondo, Divine, and Castroville. Visit medinahospital.net for more information. Medina Healthcare System, providing quality care close to home.
We're back here at Panther Stadium with 57 seconds remaining in the first half. And Medina Valley's going to have to punt it away. It's 4th down and 9. Leander Glenn just took their last time out to try to save as much time as they can for their offense. They'd like to put up another score here. Medina Valley's got to keep this a 7-0 ball game. Especially, you got to remember Leander's going to get the ball to start the second half as well.
And should have the wind in the fourth quarter.
Butler to punt it away. Davis is back deep to receive. Good snap. Kick is away. An end-over-end kick that's going to bounce out of bounds, and that's going to give Leander a pretty good field position there, and we'll see where they spot him. I still haven't seen where the line judge is standing. There he is at the 40, looks like the 43-yard line of Medina Valley.
15-yard kick there.
Yeah.
Not what you needed.
So 1st and 10 from the 43, 51 seconds left. They're out of timeouts.
See what the defense can muster up here, put another stop together.
They come quickly to the line. Takes the snap, hands it off to Davis, and he's not going in. Actually, he slips a tackle. They blew the play dead. They had blown it dead for forward progress.
Yeah, Xavier,
no gain.
Xavier Fears had him wrapped up and then heard the whistle and let him go.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10, 35 seconds and counting.
Tried a little delayed draw there, Jared, and it did not work.
Now, they've tried that play a few times, and the Panthers have had that particular play they've covered pretty well. 2 wideouts here, 20 seconds to play. Looking to throw, rolling out near side, sets his feet, fires downfield. He's got a man open, but he overshot him. Pass was intended for number 10, Hunter Minor.
He had a step behind the Panthers defense.
Yeah, he did. And that ball was just overthrown with 14 seconds left, so they'll get one more shot at it. It'll be 3rd and 10. And Leander will come to the line here. 14 seconds remaining. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off to Ortiz up the middle. And he will fall forward for a gain of a yard. And that is going to end the first half of play.
Gibson Kennard on the stop there for the Panthers.
So your score at the break here of the opener is Leander Glen 7, Medina Valley nothing. We said we thought this was going to be a physical, low-scoring game. Well, it's 7-0 at halftime. Still anybody's ball game. There's some adjustments to be made at halftime, but we'll see what both teams have in the second half. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by Dotson House Moving and Construction and by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue in just a moment.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. A new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab, posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados, or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1 year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a fourth-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Sammy's Restaurant and Habeas Alsatian Bakery, 2 legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Habeas Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Habeas Alsatian Bakery, online at habeasbakery.com.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tandre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tandre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
Welcome back to Panther Football, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet and Dotson House Moving and Remodeling. This halftime is sponsored by the Magnolia Filling Station. The Magnolia Filling Station features a daily dark roast and Fiala brand medium roast drip coffee, lattes, iced lattes, cold brews, chai lattes, mochas, teas, and lemonades. Daily made from scratch pastries, muffins, cookies, cupcakes, and banana bread, just to name a few. A variety of sandwiches to include ham, turkey, Italian, and pimento cheese. Protein lunch boxes, English muffin, breakfast sandwiches, and fresh fruit parfaits. Sit outside under the patio and enjoy the historic downtown Castroville atmosphere, or sit inside and visit with the friendly burritos. That's the halftime sponsor, Magnolia Filling Station.
And Maury, 7-0 at halftime. Leander Glen leading Medina Valley. The Panthers had a pretty good drive going on their opening possession. It stalled out down around the 30-yard line. They had to punt, and then Leander went 3 and out on their first possession. Glenn made some adjustments on defense. They took the running game away from Medina Valley. They're trying to force the Panthers to have to throw the football, which they've only thrown it 3 times in this, or 4 times in this ball game, really. and one for a first down. But other than that, some incompletions, a gain of 1 yard on one of the passes. So not a lot of offense going for the Panthers. And then Glenn on offense, that offensive line has gotten physical. They've managed to break a couple of big plays, 26, a 36-yard run. They got a 4-yard touchdown run by Gordon. They missed a couple of wide-open receivers. Medina Valley's fortunate that this is a 7-0 game, but it's a 7-0 game. And, you know, if Medina Valley can make some adjustments on offense, move the ball a little bit more, I think they can get back into this ball game easily. I mean, it's 7-0, but it feels worse because of the way that the quarter was played. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like you're down more, but it's only a 7-0 game.
Oh, you're one score away, and it looks like that's going to be the end for the Leander Glen Marching Band, and we are going to let you watch live with an open mic as the Panthers band is taking the field.
Yeah, and we'll let you watch that. I want to remind everybody that is a hot mic outside of the press box. Whatever you hear out there is not our fault. We can't do anything about that. And so if you want to hear it, that's the only way you can hear it is if we put a hot mic outside in the crowd. So we're going to go ahead and let you listen to that. We'll be back after the band and the Top Cats and enjoy the Panther halftime.
We are so grateful for your help. The Glen Band would also like to thank their gold sponsor, Flooring Warehouse. Thank you for your support of our students. If you're interested in sponsoring us and having your business announced at our halftime performances, please visit glenband.org. Go Grizzlies! Please welcome to the field the Medina Valley High School Top Cats and their special guests.
Well, that kid's gone, unfortunately. I wish we had that Hewitt kid back. Yeah, and he moved to Harlan.
Be careful with that mic.
The Top Cat officers are Colonel Gabrielle Garza, Lieutenant Colonel Kylie Jacobo, First Major Beta Castro, Second Major Allison Dowell. The social officers are President Layla Hayes, Vice President Maddie Viveros, Team Bonding Executive Riley Canizales, Events Executive Aldrina Rios. The Varsity Top Cat of the Week is Zoe Huffman. The JV Top Cat of the Week is London Pruitt. The Top Cats are under the direction of Jessica Maxwell. Sit back and enjoy as the Top Cats perform a routine to Made You Look with their guests. everyone. Aren't you glad you're a Panther? Don't you wish everyone was? Now, here they are, from Fredericksburg to Gettysburg, Austin to Boston, Alice to Dallas, from over the Red River to the Rio Grande, and everywhere in between. We proudly present to you the pride of Medina Valley, the mighty Panther Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Hamid Wilson, Ashley Persine, Rebecca Valero, and David Onstadt. Color guard officers are Captain Emily Rincon, First Lieutenant Lori Zimmerman, Second Lieutenant Bella Bueno, and Third Lieutenant Isa Medina.
What do you think?
Our section of the week is the clarinet.
You got playing now.
Band member of the week is Alex Baracenas. Percussion member of the week is Christian Nixon. Color guard member of the week is Ariel McDonald. Now, the band will perform a part of the opener of their 2024 marching show, Wild. Join the Panther Band as they navigate new territory in our more extensive, vast jungle. Through our trials and tribulations, we remember that we are Panthers and that we are not new to this jungle. Part 1 of this year's show features the music of Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, Maroon 5's Animals, and a portion of the symphonic work Pagan Dances by James Barnes. You will hear senior Cambry Delgado on her flute solo. We present a performance of pride, the Medina Valley Panther Marching Band. The Medina Valley Band is directed by Juan Carlos Rodriguez, Josué Sololinde, Jose Cruz, Raymond Cifuentes, Jessica Maple, Kaylee Parker, and Carlos Jimenez. The color guard instructors are Albert Riojas and Nicole Sololinde. Benicio Hernandez assists them. The band would also like to thank marching techs Andrew Sanchez and percussion techs Valeria Hernandez, Simeon May, and Caitlin Ramirez. The Panther Band would like to thank its band boosters, Principal Elisa McCracken, and the Panther community for their support. We wish the Grizzly Band the best of luck in its marching season. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game and have a safe trip home. And as always, go!
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Rusty Rooster at 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville is the place to stop on your way home from work or to drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. Rusty Rooster, the place in Castroville for quenching your thirst from sun up to sundown. Drive through today. Fast, convenient. That's Rusty Rooster, 806 Highway 90 West in Castroville. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium at halftime. Halftime brought to you by the Magnolia Filling Station in Castroville. And Maury, still at halftime. We got a little time left here as the bands, this is their first week of the year, so they don't have their entire marching repertoire going yet. They start and they learn parts of it, and they add more and more each week. So they'll get longer and longer as we keep going. But still 6.5 minutes left at halftime here. Medina Valley trailing Leander Glen 7-0 at halftime. And, Maury, what do you think is going on in the locker room right now? What's Coach Britt telling the guys at halftime of the first game of the year?
Well, first game of the year, I'd say you were come into the game, according to the Harris rankings, a 14, 15-point underdog. You're down 7-0 at halftime. You took the opening drive, marched it down there, got it to the 30-yard line, and then stalled. And then really have only had 1 or 2 first downs since then. One of them came on a third down passing play, and the other one, Mr. Rips made a good run wide. But since then, Leander Glen has made some adjustments. Leander Glen did score 7 points, but if you can remember on that play where they had the long run, Medina Valley actually had them stuffed for a loss of 5 yards, just could not finish the play. Busted play 36 yards later. They get inside the 10 and then score 2 plays later. So I would say you're satisfied with it being 7-0 at half, but you need to get some more continuity on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree, Maury. And I think, Medina Valley's been shut down in the running game ever since that first drive. They haven't been able to get more than a yard, 2 or 3 a carry. You had one pass play that went for 7 yards or 8 yards when they needed 7 for a first down. But other than that, they haven't gotten a first down. They've only gotten 1 first down since the first drive.
Yep.
And when you do that and your defense has been on the field, they're going to get wore down. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you're on the field for that long a time, you're going to get wore down. It gets demoralizing. The offense is going to have to move the ball. They've got to do something. Otherwise, if Leander's going to have the ball as long as they did in the first half, Medina Valley's going to get worn down in the second half.
Well, and they don't take that long in between plays.
No.
They huddle up, they run up to the line, they get another play in. Huddle up, get up to the line, run another play. It's not like they sit there and they get in their formation and they do a couple of 1, 2, 3, and then look to the sideline and see if they get up there and they know what's coming and they run the play.
Yeah, and they get up. They don't give the defense any time to adjust. They get up there and they snap the ball. Like, they're ready to go. And, we'll see if Medina Valley makes some adjustments on that. They're going to go. You might get caught offside once, but if you can jump that snap and get in the backfield before they're ready, you can make some things happen because they're running up there. They're going on the snap count every single time. As a defensive player, you just start pinning your ears back and going after them and see what happens. You got to get aggressive because this is an aggressive, physical team. They're going to try to wear you out. They're going to try to shorten the game. They're going to try to wear you down. Medina Valley's got to be up to the task in the second half. They got to get just as physical as Leander Glen to come out on top.
Well, and you've had no preseason or pre-snap penalties. You've only had 1 penalty, I think, called against you. Now it was a face mask on the touchdown, which didn't affect anything. Affected the kickoff, but then you still got the ball because they tried an onside kick and were offsides at the 35-yard line. So that penalty didn't hurt you. So you haven't created those pre-snap penalties that were the bugaboo last year every time you get something going. Been a pretty clean game, no turnovers. Maybe the turnover battle is maybe what's going to determine the second half. I still think it's going to be somebody's play on special teams, but that still has to come too.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Medina Valley's got to throw the ball to win this game.
Right.
Because Leander's not going to let them beat them running the football.
No.
They're forcing the Panthers to throw. And whether it's moving the pocket, whether it's putting Newton in the shotgun a few times and letting him have a little bit of time to look before he's, because he's going back for a play fake. He's had a guy on top of him a couple of times. You got to move the pocket. You got to create time for him. And I think if you can do that and find some guys open over the middle, the Panthers can move the ball. And if they start picking up a few first downs through the air, the running game's going to open up a little more for you. Then you can go back to that a little bit. But you're going to have to throw the ball against this team to soften up that defense a little bit.
Even on the completion for a first down, he was under duress coming from the opposite side. As they were having pressure on him, he got rid of it just in time, or that would have been another sack. Yep. Luckily, he had that sixth sense, and I got to get rid of it now, and he hit Gallion for the first down. But that still isn't enough.
No. Yeah, and it's the first game of the year. We knew that this was going to be a dogfight coming into this game. We talked about it Wednesday night at Sports for Supper. Coach Britt hit on it. He said they're physical. They're going to play us tough. we thought this would be a low-scoring game. We've gotten just that. And the question in the second half is Medina Valley going to match the physicality of Leander Glen, and are they going to be able to throw the football?
Right.
And if they can stay on the field, I think the defense is strong enough to get the stops needed for Medina Valley to win the game.
I totally agree.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we'll come back with the second half. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and by Dotson House Moving and Construction, and we will continue here in just a moment.
Like you, we love calling this home. Castroville State Bank has been serving the Medina Valley area for over 63 years by providing the best financial products, modern technology, and customer service. Not only are we the local bank you can rely on for all your financial needs, but we are also your neighbors, giving back to the community we grew up in and love. Come home to Castroville State Bank.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
At Medina Electric Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your source for power and information.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium as we get ready to start the third quarter. Both teams out on the field here for the second half. Should be exciting second half here to the opening game of the season. I want to remind everybody that we're not doing Sports for Supper every single week this year. Just didn't have the sponsorship for the show, and 2 nights a week for everybody is a lot. And, so we're going to do a few. We did one at the beginning of the season. We're going to do one about 4 or 5 games in, right before the start of
October.
district. Yep. And then we'll do some towards the end and, as the playoffs go on, hopefully.
And some of it had to do with the scheduling,
Yep.
too. We have a Thursday game. We have a Saturday game.
Yep.
So that kind of threw a wrench into it also. So
And a lot of these sports, we try to get the show started at 6 o'clock, but because school lets out later, everybody's still practicing. So it's hard for everybody to get there. And so we're ready to go. The Panthers are going to tee it off. The kickoff is going to be brought to you by Hernandez Tire and Automotive. And Connor Crisp has it teed up for Medina Valley, ready to kick it away. Panthers run up to it. They're not going to try the onside, at least there. Looks like Davis and Warren.
See that number.
High kick, end over end. It's going to be fielded at the 14-yard line. And he got hit hard and taken down at the 20. Good shot there by one of the gunners for the Panthers.
Looked like number 28, Reese Hatcher, on the stop. Or 38, actually, excuse me. It's Braylon Salmons.
Well, the Panthers were offside on the kickoff.
So they'll re-kick.
They're going to make them re-kick it, yeah. And now they're going to send 3 back deep. So you're going to have number 29 back deep for Leander Glenn. That's going to be Evan Blair. You've got Davis back deep and also number 28 back there as well, Eric Hughes. And they're going to move the Panthers back to the 35-yard line and have them tee it up from there. And Crisp will come back out to tee it up, kicking into the wind. So Crisp has it teed up, ready to kick it away. And he will have a high end-over-end kick that comes near side. It's going to bounce at the 30. Still on the ground. The Panthers after it, fighting for it, and I think Leander Glenn fell on top of it. They didn't seem very quick to get up on the ball. I don't know if they realized that was a live football, but Leander Glenn does get the ball.
Yeah, number 20 jumped on that just in time for Leander Glenn. Mayberry. Okay, they showed no sense of urgency to get on that football. Panthers had it look like number 52 was right there, but just could not get on top of it quick enough.
And we'll see what the Grizzlies come out with on offense here. They're going to stay with that wing tee, but we'll see if they try to run it or throw it. We'll see what kind of adjustments that Panther defense made at halftime. 1st and 10 from the 27. Make it to 28. Takes a snap. Going to hand the ball off to Gordon, who makes a few tacklers miss, and he gets up to the 36-yard line.
Fears getting up from the bottom of the pile for the Panthers.
That was an 8-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. They'll send 2 wide receivers out right this time. Single back, takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Ortiz. Going to the right side. He's going to have the 1st down across the 40 up to about the 40.
Flag coming in late, Jared.
Yeah, he got up to the 44-yard line, and like you said, Mario, late flag coming in at the end of that play. We'll see if that could be anything, maybe a face mask against the Panthers.
Calvert won there for the Panthers on that play.
Personal foul, face mask against the Panthers. So that's 15 yards to the end of that. That'll move it into Panther territory. The Panther into the field. And they'll mark it at the 46-yard line of Medina Valley.
That one hurts a little bit.
11:04 to play here in the 3rd quarter. From the 46. It'll be 1st and 10 for Leander.
I was going to say they only marked off 10.
Yeah.
Now they marked off the.
It moves it to the 41-yard line.
He's winding the clock, and the clock had been running since they marked the penalty. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I don't think anybody realized it.
Quickly to the line, takes the snap. Gives it off to Gordon, coming near side. Gets across the 40, down to the 37-yard line, picks up 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Pruitt on the stop for the Panthers.
Second and 6 to go. Leander in Panther territory at the 37-yard line. Opening drive of the second half, a 15-yard face mask penalty hurt Medina Valley. We'll see if that defense can step up here and get a stop. Takes a snap, hands it off right side, spins around out of a tackle, gets across the 35 to the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Viejo and Fears on the stop for the Panthers.
Hard running by Leander Glenn. You know,
probably in 4-down territory here, Jared, I would think.
Ball at the 34. 3rd and 3. They got to get to the 31 for a first down. They come up to the line, man in motion, hands the ball off right up the middle.
I don't know.
And he's not going to get it. He's going to get 2 yards, though. He gets to the 32-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down and a yard.
Good job by the Panthers up front.
This would be a 49-yard field goal from here, but I highly doubt they'll kick it. They're probably going to go for it here on 4th and 1.
Pruitt along with Conrad on the stop there for the Panthers.
8:53 and counting to play here in the 3rd. And they're going to go for it here as they come to the line. The Panthers dig in on defense. Takes the snap, trying to get to the outside. They're going to get a false start here against Leander Glenn. That's a huge penalty.
Absolutely.
That'll make it 4th and 6 now, and they got a decision to make. And there is a Panther down on the field. And as they tend to him, we'll take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. A new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab, posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados, or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1-year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Back here at Panther Stadium, injured player got up and came off the field under his own power, so that's good to see. But now decision time for Leander Glenn. It's 4th down and 6 after the false start penalty. The ball moves back to the 38-yard line. They need to get to the 31. They're going to go for it. They'll send 2 wide receivers out to the left. Dubelweiss under center, takes the snap. Rolling out, he's going to run it himself. He's going to get the first down as he gets across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. The design quarterback run and untouched until he got to the first down marker.
Yeah, that was just a basic run there, and he just got around the edge, got the first down.
So a first and 10 here, and a timeout taken. Or they're stopping the clock. What is going on here?
I have no idea.
They dig in here. They hand the ball off to Davis going to the right side. He gets across the 25 down to the 22-yard line. The referees were blowing the play dead, and the clock kept running, and they just let the play go.
Viejo and Hopkins on the stop there for the Panthers. Sculler Hopkins.
Picked up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up.
Good opening drive here so far for the Grizzlies.
Takes the snap, hands the ball off left side Ortiz, and he's going to get to the 15-yard line. Has the first down. They'll spot him at the 14. First down and 10 for Leander.
Pruitt again on the stop there for the Panthers. But not before the first down was gained by the Grizzlies.
Panthers need to get a turnover here. They need to punch one out.
Yes.
Force a fumble, something. The orange trash can sitting down here. I see it. I want someone to be able to dunk one.
That would be nice.
6:40 to play here in the third. Takes the snap, gives it to Gordon going right side, stringing it out, cuts it upfield. Gets down to about the 11-yard line, picks up 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Crisp on the stop for the Panthers.
That's all they do, misdirection, little pitch plays here, hand the ball off behind the back of the quarterback, just different things. Misdirection, and for a defense, especially for linebackers and defensive ends, you got to watch the ball.
Yeah, you got to be and know your keys
assignment.
And
yeah,
your assignment.
Quickly to the line, takes the snap. Davis with it up the middle.
Good push by the Panthers defensive at front.
Gets across the 10 down to about the 7-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Myriad of Panthers getting up from the bottom of the pile. First one off the bottom of the pile was big number 65 for the Panthers.
Looks like 3rd down and 3 to go here from the 7. 5:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
65 is Nemitz for the Panthers.
Up to the line here. 2 down backs, misdirection. They hand the ball off Ortiz, and he's going to fall forward to the 4-yard line. That's a generous spot.
That is a generous spot.
I thought they had him at the 5.
They're not even going to measure.
No, that's going to be 1st and goal. Looked like his knee and everything was down around the 5 or 6-yard line, you know.
Got a good spot.
I mean, I know it's where the ball is when the knee hits, but he was back farther than that. But
Pruitt also in there on the stop.
1st and goal, big for the Panther defense here. Need some kind of goal line stand here.
Over a 7-minute drive so far, Jared, for the
Yeah, they've had the ball the entire
Grizzlies.
first half or 3rd quarter.
We just went under 5 minutes.
Come up to the line, takes the pitch to Davis, and they're going to blow the play dead.
Stop the clock. Thank you.
And it is a false start against the Grizzlies. Although we've seen them overcome many of those in this game already. But it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9. Back to the line quickly. Dubelweiss takes a snap. He's rolling out right, looking to throw. Now he backs off and gave him the space. That's a touchdown. He runs it in from 9 yards out. He was on him, and then he dropped back into pass coverage, and that allowed Dubelweiss to scramble into the end zone for the touchdown. And he saw that linebacker dropped off, and he was gone. He made the decision quickly, and it's 13-0.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to have to make him make a decision.
Run or throw, yeah.
Run or throw, and they took the receiver out of it, and he had a lead blocker yet also in front of him.
So this is a different kicker in there now for them, and that's blocked by the Panthers. And it's just going to be no good. They weren't able to pick it up and go anywhere with it, but they do block the extra point. That was number 89.
I don't see an 89
No,
on
there's
my
not an
program.
89 on the roster, but that's who is kicking.
Yep.
But nonetheless, the Panthers get in there and block that, and it's a 13-0 ball game with 4:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. And, Maury, they had the ball for 7 minutes and 56 seconds of that.
And came away with 6 points.
Yep.
That was the big part.
Yep. Well, now it's going to be the Panther offense for the first time in the second half. They don't have any choice but to move the ball right now and score, but you're down 2 scores now.
Yeah.
And the way Leander has just deflated the game, they've taken the air out of this football game.
I don't know how many possessions you're going to have yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to score.
And you can't put your defense right back out on the field after a 7-minute, 56-second drive.
Exactly.
That went from, what was it, their own 20? Well, their own 30.
30.
Yeah.
Because we had the offsides first. And kickoff is sponsored by
Hernandez Tire and Automotive.
Located on Bandera Road.
And so this is 89 with it teed up, and like we said, not on the roster. And he boots it away, and that is a end-over-end kick that's going to go through the end zone. And you wonder if Don Juan had to change jerseys at halftime because that looked like the kick he made in the first half.
But that guy's a lot bigger than Don Juan.
Yeah. Yeah. Nonetheless, through the end zone for a touchback, and it'll be the Panther offense on the field for the first time in the second half, trailing 13-0 now to Leander Glenn.
Got one-on-one on the outside here.
Newton under center. They send a man in motion, takes the snap, pitches it left side, Rincon. Trying to turn the corner, and he's not going to get much, maybe a yard. We'll see where they spot him.
That was number 11, Norman, right where he left off in the first half.
Oh, he actually lost a yard on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 11.
Number 11's been all over the field on the defensive side of the ball for the Grizzlies.
.338 to go and counting here. Second down and 11. Zendejas, the lone back. Since Rip's in motion, they give it to Zendejas. Actually, it goes outside, and here is Newton on the run to the 40-45. Newton did a good job that time on the ball fake, got to the outside, and he picks up a first down. A big pickup there for the Panthers. Picks himself up about 19 yards. Give him 21 yards to the 45.
Got a flag, though, on the play on the outside, sitting at the 34-yard line. I don't like where that's at. That could be a holding penalty.
And I think it is. The Panthers are starting to come back.
That nullifies a great play by the Panthers offense.
And it is a hold against the Panthers.
Wow. That takes away a great run. Think they might have been enticed by the sidelines over there, by the opposing team, because that's the sideline the flag was thrown. Of course, the play was right in front of them also.
It's a spot foul, so it's still going to be second down and 11.
Still the same thing. Second down is that same 11.
But nonetheless, you nullify a 21-yard pickup, which was one of the bigger plays for the Panthers in the ball game. 2:46 to play here in the third. Newton under center takes the snap. Hands the ball off up the middle, gets 1 yard on the play. It's going to be third down and 10.
Guess who got up from the bottom of the pile? Number 11, Norman, and number 99, Lucera.
So third and 10 at your own 25-yard line. 2:17 to play.
Going to be inside 2 minutes here before the Panthers get this play off.
Yep. We'll see what they come with here. They got you got to pick up this first down. Two wide receivers, one on either side. Sends a man in motion. Newton drops back, looking to throw, fires quickly, complete. First down, up to the 35-yard line. Good pass and catch. That was number 82 on the reception, Matthew Philpott.
Ross Randall. That's not a good spot.
No, they gave him the first down. Yeah.
Okay.
No, they spotted him at the 35, which is what he needed to get to. But what a throw by Newton. I mean, he stepped up in the pocket, and he put that right where his receiver could get it. Only his receiver could get it.
Yeah, that was Ross Randolph on the stop on the coverage there. He had good coverage, but that was a good throw, good catch.
Give Philpott credit for bringing that in with a man draped all over him. Big first down for the Panthers. Newton under center, sends Rips in motion.
Kept
it himself, and he's got room to the 50, 45, cuts inside to the 40, still on his feet to the 30, and he's taken down around the 27-yard line. Big run by Michael Newton.
Spencer on the stop. 40 yards, they're saying.
40-yard pickup. Yeah, 30. That's a 43-yard pickup.
See, they're trying to take away the inside handoff, and Newton has done a good job with that read, keeping the ball.
Couple of big plays for the Panther offense here, and now they got it inside Leander territory at the 27. Rips in motion right to left, takes a snap, looking to throw, steps up, got a man wide open, makes the catch, cuts inside to about the 6. That was number 5, Rips, on the reception. Brody Rips made that catch. He went in motion out of the backfield, caught it out there, and he gets a 1st and goal for the Panthers here. Looks like they'll spot him at the 7-yard line.
And number 21 saved a touchdown for the Grizzlies. McEachern on the stop.
1st and goal. Rips in motion again. Newton hands the ball off right up the middle here. Gets to the 5-yard line, a 2-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. That was number 15, Jason Zendejas, on the carry.
Lucera and Norman, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
And so after 3 quarters, your score, Leander Glenn 13, Medina Valley nothing, but the Panthers knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 5. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we'll continue in just a moment.
Dodson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dodson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Welcome back here to Panther Stadium. As we go to the 4th quarter, we'll switch ends of the field. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Medina Valley. They trail 13-0 going to the 4th quarter. But 2nd and goal at the 5. The Panthers threatening. You got to punch it in the end zone here. And Coach Britt trying to fire up his players over there in the huddle. You could see him, trying to get on him, get him inspired to punch this in here.
Don't think they're going to be able to do it up the middle. They're going to have to maybe stretch something out here.
Or throw it. Newton under center. Sends a man in motion right to left. Takes the snap. Hands it off right up the middle. Rincon trying to fight for yards, and he gets down to the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. We'll see where the spot is. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Norman, the first one there for the Grizzlies. Then Gray was the
and that was
actually finished him off.
That was actually Zendejas again on that carry. Running hard, and they're still in the huddle here. 11:30 to play. Panthers come to the line of scrimmage. Zendejas the lone back. 3rd and goal at the 2. Takes the snap. Newton going to try to sneak in himself. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Medina Valley, as the far line judge signals it, and Michael Newton sneaks it in from 2 yards out to put the Panthers on the board 13-6.
Little hesitation by the line judges to signal that, but the offense knew it was over.
And so the Panthers will try to tack on the extra point. They're going to go with that swinging gate. And they'll swing it over here.
Big extra point.
Number 32, the kick to kick, Brennan Keir. Kick is up, and he boots it right through. So with 11:14 to play in the ballgame, your new score, Leander Glenn 13, Medina Valley 7, as the Panthers score for the first time this year. They get on the board, 13-7 ballgame, just when things look bleak. All of a sudden, Michael Newton breaks out the run. He breaks out a big throw on 3rd down and 10 when it looked like you're going to go 3 and out after that holding penalty. And he ends up making a big play. Philpott with a huge catch, couple big runs, and the Panthers on the board. And now you put it in the hands of the defense to get a stop and get you the ball back.
And how big now is that missed extra point looming for the Panthers? They can get a good stop here. Another good sustained drive, and the Panthers will be back in business.
As the Panthers will come out to kick it away here. And it looks like Brody Rips. That's Connor Crisp to tee it up for the Panthers. Connor, a soccer player for Medina Valley as well. And they run up to it, not going to kick it.
Psych.
And they'll send 3 men back here. Davis, the main deep man, that's who they want to have the ball. We'll see where Crisp kicks it. Puts his foot into it, a high end-over-end kick. Going to drive him back to the 2-yard line. It's taken at the 2. Starts up to the 10, 15, and he gets up to about the 22, 23-yard line where he's brought down. They'll give him the 24.
Number 22 on the stop there for the Panthers.
And that was and that was number 20 on the return for Leander Glenn, Jaden Mayberry. So 1st and 10 from the 24. Leander had it for 7 minutes and 56 seconds in the third quarter. Ended up scoring on that drive, and we'll see if the Panther defense, they're rested now. They've been on the sideline able to make some adjustments. We'll see if they're up to the task here, stepping up, maybe getting a turnover, something here to stop Leander and get the offense the ball back.
Yeah, exactly.
Quickly to the line. They send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off right side Ortiz. Actually, he tries the left side, and he falls up to about the 27-yard line. 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
James Gang on the stop there. Stan and Vallejo for the Panthers.
.43 and counting. Both teams still with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Up to the line. They're going to hand the ball off up the middle. Gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line. It's going to be about a yard shy. Looks like they'll give him the 33. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Scullard, Hopkins, and Fears getting up for the Panthers.
Well, and, give Leander's line some credit. They've done a good job getting a small hole open, and those running backs, they don't go down on first contact. They've done a good job keeping their legs churning and fighting for yards.
Yeah, that was a good hard run there. It looked like the Panthers had him for minimum gain. He ended up getting 4 out of it.
3rd and 1. No, he got back.
Oh, I thought he made contact.
Takes a snap, gives it off, left side.
Oh, going to depend on the spot.
No, they're going to give him forward progress to the 35.
Suazo Vega on the stop, but they're going to say forward progress got him to the 35.
1st and 10. A good job to read that play, just didn't get there quite in time.
Almost.
Yeah. New set of downs from the 35, 1st and 10. 9:27 to play. Quickly to the line. They're going to pitch it out Gordon, right side. And he's going to get hit and dropped in the backfield for a loss.
Great play by Stanton out there on the edge. Fought through the first blocker and made a play.
Well, how about Zubelweiss? He pitches the ball. He's the lead blocker on the play, the quarterback.
Well, he wasn't the one that missed.
No, he didn't miss the block.
Missed him, but
he
was out there.
He's the lead blocker. Lost a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 11.
Biggest play so far of the night there for the Panthers.
Well, and they need another one here to put it in 3rd and long.
Inside handoff, nothing going.
He's stuffed again for a loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
That's Scullard Hopkins for the Panthers. Some new life for Medina Valley, Jared.
Well, and here's the thing. They've been able to get a couple of these tonight. They got big play here for the Panther defense. 8:24 to play. You just scored on offense for the first time tonight. It's only a 6-point game. You got them in 3rd and 13. It's time to make a play.
Absolutely.
Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Under pressure, rolling out left side, still on the run, throws against his body, and he found a man complete to midfield. 1st down.
3 Panthers there and 1 receiver, and the only
17.
person coming back for the ball was
number 2
a Grizzly.
Davis. Yep, 17-yard pickup when he needed 13 and a 1st down. He was under pressure. Davis did the right thing. He came back for the ball.
Made it happen with his legs, extending that play. That was a killer. Wow.
Up to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for Leander, 7:45 to go. Takes the snap, gives it to Gordon around the left side, this time with room to run, shedding tackles across the 40, down to still on his feet to the 35.
Warren on the stop.
They'll blow progress dead at the 39, but a first down.
But, Jared, did that play take a lot of wind out of the Panthers right there?
I mean, that was a huge – I mean, you had him in 3rd and 13. You haven't had him in that in a long time.
You had 3 defenders and 1 receiver down there, and the only one that turned around and came back was the receiver to help his quarterback. Wow. Need to circle that play because that was huge. That hurts.
From the 39, 1st and 10, Leander. Takes the snap, gives it Ortiz over the right side, and he's dropped at the 35-yard line. Picks up 4 yards on the play, though. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
That was Stanton once again for the Panthers.
6:40 to play.
You cannot yield any points here in this situation. No. 0. You've got to stiffen up here, Panthers.
Yeah, because 3 points puts it out in a 2-possession game. Takes the snap. Gives it Davis left side, and he's not going to go anywhere. He's actually going to lose a yard on the play. Good job by the Panthers to string that out, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Got number 34. Spread that out, but Kennard and Rice on the stop there for the Panthers.
And here's the question, Maury. You got to stop him on 3rd and 8, but is this 4-down territory?
It depends what they get here, I believe. Yeah. I think if it's no gain or a loss here that they punt this ball away. If they get 2 or 3, they maybe go for it.
Takes the snap.
Keeper.
Zubelweiss keeps it himself, tries to get to the 30, gets stood up there. He's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
I was going to say it depends on the spot. And
it's going to be 4th and 1 with 5:30 and counting, and I guarantee they'll go for it.
Oh,
here.
yeah, but now you got to be disciplined.
Yep.
You cannot jump on sides. You can't go for that hard count.
No.
Because I guarantee you they're going to go on a couple of counts here to see if the Panthers can jump off sides.
4th down and a yard to go.
At least that's what I would do. I'd call it from the sidelines. If you don't get it, call a timeout.
Here they come to the line of scrimmage. The Panthers dig in. Takes a snap. Quarterback sneak up the middle. He's got it.
Panthers are saying no.
But Britt's not happy about the ball spot. I mean, they're spotted right at the 31-yard line.
They're not
here.
even going to measure.
No. They haven't signaled 1st down
yet. Well, they're
yet.
moving the chains. The chains are done moving.
They need to measure this.
They're not going to.
Nope, they give them the 1st down. They're not. How do you not even measure that? I mean, the ball's at the 31. You know where the chains are, but I think that's what Coach Britt's saying too. Why aren't you at least going to measure for it?
I mean, honestly, where the mark is, it's a 1st down, but still.
Yeah, it's that close.
It's that close.
And he's letting the line judge know he's not happy about it. I don't think he's happy about the ball spot. Up to the line, 1st and 10. Takes the snap. Up the middle. Not going anywhere. Gets maybe a yard on the play. But they're running clock. 4:47 to play. Got 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Maury, they got to get a stop here, and they're getting into that field goal range.
Yeah, Viejo and Martinez on the stop there for the Panthers.
Because 3 points for Leander Glenn that makes it a 2-possession game.
Panthers do have all 3 of their timeouts, but they cannot let them get a 1st down here. The Panthers are going to have to use their timeouts on defense.
2nd down and 8 to go. Takes the snap, gives it to Gordon, right side.
Not much.
No, he got maybe a yard. Looks like down to the 26, 27-yard line, and a timeout taken by Leander, I believe, and it is.
Stanton and Warren getting up from the pile for the Panthers.
It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Leander Glenn takes their first timeout. Nope, now they signal Medina Valley took the timeout.
Yeah, and that timeout is sponsored by Peerless Equipment. And they got it 4th down. I don't think it's 4th down.
No, it's 3rd.
Okay. Now they changed it.
It's 3rd and 7. 4:10 to play in the ball game. Leander Glenn leading 13-7, and Medina Valley is going to have to – they got to get a stop here.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, in you can't let them get 5 or 6 yards here because I think they'd go for it and try to eat this clock more. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let them have 4th and 2. I don't think they'd try the field goal.
And was this timeout more to give your defense a little blow here?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a time to give them a rest and a little time to talk to them on the sideline and say, look, here's what we're seeing. Make sure you stay on your assignments. Make sure you don't blow any assignments here because this is a huge play for the Panthers right here.
For both sides.
Yeah. So they'll come out of the timeout here quickly to the line.
Oh, no.
And he's got a man. He's wide open to the 20-15-10. He's pushed out of bounds and taken down by Crisp. But, I mean, again, Medina Valley clearing out in the flat and giving Zubelweiss how much room to run.
He has made the big plays here in the second half for us, for them, with it using his legs. And, Derek, that was just a designed run. I mean, I don't even think there was an option of him even trying to throw a pass there.
And it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And see, that's why I was kind of questioning, why did we call that timeout when we had them back on their heels, but we gave them time to set up something also.
And they quickly to the line. Gets it out to Gordon trying to turn the corner, and he gets down to about the 5.
And he stayed in bounds.
Yeah, they'll keep the clock running. They'll mark him at the 6-yard line.
Viejo on the stop.
3:47 to go.
Wow.
And a timeout taken by Medina Valley. So now they're trying to stop the clock to save you time. But the thing is, even if you get them to 4th down, so here's what Leander Glenn's faced with is, to me, you take the chip in 3 points if you get to 4th down.
Well,
and seal the game. But do you also go for it? And if you don't make it, Medina Valley's got to go the length of the field with probably no timeouts left by the time
I think you get the 2 scores ahead.
Yeah, I think you do too.
Of course, with the way they looked so horrible on their last extra point, I'm not sure they even want to go through this.
Yeah, because, I mean,
I was just going to say, I said a special teams play may be the result of this game. At the moment, it could have been if the Panthers would hold and somehow force a fumble, that missed extra point on special teams. If the Panthers would convert, so we'll see.
When you look back at plays that might end up being the ball game here, the 3rd down and 13 play where they got 17 yards on a broken play, basically. They're trying to put some more time on the clock. Panthers will have 1 timeout remaining. They want to put 3:47 on the clock. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Ball spotted at the 7. They come to the line. Takes the snap. Gives it off to Ortiz over the left side, and he gets in. Yep, he gets in. He's broke off the tackle, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. That'll make it 19-7 with 3:44, and the clock was still running for about 5 seconds after the score. And that puts a damper on it. And, Maury, you go back to the 2 huge 3rd down plays. You had them in 3rd and 13. You had them in 3rd down and 8. And they managed to pick it up both times.
Because the quarterback kept the play alive.
Yep.
With his feet.
And the receiver did the same on the 3rd and 13 play. I mean, he came back to the ball. They're going to go for 2 here to try to get it back to 21-7. Looking to throw. Fires complete to Ortiz for the 2-point conversion. It is good, and your score is 21-7. As they get the 2-point conversion, they make it a full 14-point game with 3:44 to play, and the Panthers with 1 timeout remaining.
Kickoff coming up, sponsored by
Hernandez Tire and Automotive.
Located on Bandera Road.
And, Maury, they're They, they're a physical football team, Leander Glenn, and they've showed that here tonight. Both of these teams trying to run the wing T offense. Leander Glenn's been running it for a lot of years, and they're pretty good at it. But I think that, unfortunately, Medina Valley, not that the game's over, but this was a game that they easily could have come out on the other side of this, a play here and there. Those big third downs hurt you. But for the Panthers now, you got to strike quickly, and you got to get the ball back quickly.
Well, and you've matched them with intensity all game,
Yep.
play for play, with the exception of just a couple of plays. It's just, one of those where coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, if things would have been a little bit different. But it's not over yet. You still got 3:44 to go.
As Leander looks to boot it away, number 89, who's not on our roster, to boot it away, puts his foot into it. Line drive kick. It's returnable this time. Dropped initially, but picked up at the 10, up to the 20, still on his feet to the 24-yard line, and that's where he's brought down. I believe that was Connor Crisp on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10, Medina Valley from the 24-yard line.
It was dragged down there. It looked like by number 22, Smith, on the stop there for the Grizzlies.
3:36 to play.
Need to have a little bit of giddy up here, Jared. You cannot be that deliberate in between plays. You've got to be a little bit more quicker here.
Newton still under center. A wide out to each side, couple of slot backs. They send Rips in motion. Newton looking to throw. Pump fakes. Now he fires deep down the left side towards Gallion. That's going to be a pass interference call here.
The defender.
And they threw three.
Well,
three referees came and threw 3 flags.
Two of them came after the first one threw it, and the other 2 just added on. But the defender, number 14, never turned around to address the football. And what he did was he undressed Gallion.
Yep. So that'll be 10 yards. It'll still be first down. 3:30 to play in the ball game.
Tanner's at 15.
Yeah, 15 yards.
15 yards.
39-yard line, 1st and 10. Newton under center again. 4 wideouts this time for the Panthers. Takes the snap, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. Now he's under pressure. He's going to get sacked from behind. Lost a yard on the play, and the Panthers need to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and I think they've taken their last time out.
That was number 9 on the sack there, Deloche.
Well, and I mean, Newton did the right thing. He stepped up in the pocket, but there's nobody open, and that was a coverage sack.
Yeah, and Deloche got him from the backside. Good job of Michael just holding on to the football.
Yeah, it could have easily been one of those where it gets batted out of your hand from behind. So 3:07 to play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. Panthers out of timeouts now as that's their last one. As they come out of the timeout, Panthers will send 4 wideouts here. 1 lone back. Newton to throw. Fires over the middle into 3 defenders, and it's incomplete.
Tried to hit Rips over the middle, but a lot of traffic there.
Yes.
Inside.
There were 3 or 4 white jerseys. 3:02. 3rd down and 11. And you know they're dropping people deep here. You know they're going to be in pass coverage. So you got to find that little soft spot here. You don't have to pick it all up. I'm sure this is 4-down territory. Newton almost tripped over his own man. Throws right side. Almost picked off.
Good play out there on the end by number 31, Ross Randolph.
And it's going to bring up 4th down and 11.
Just got a hand in there and knocked it away from the receiver.
So on 4th down, the Panthers will have to go for it here with 2:57 to go, down 21-7.
You don't need a home run here. You just need 12 yards.
Yep, we got to get up to the 49-yard line, the Panther 49-yard line for a 1st down. Newton under center, 2 wide receivers out on each side. Now they'll send Rips over to the left. Takes a snap. Newton looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run it himself. 45. He's got the 1st down across midfield to the Panther or to the Grizzly 47-yard line. 46. A good run by Newton that time. He stepped up, noticed that everyone dropped back into coverage, and he took off for the run. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2:47 to go. Newton under center. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Pump fakes. Now he fires deep down the left side. Philpott, that's incomplete.
Good coverage out there on the edge by number 14 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's Diego Ovalle, who did a good job covering that time. Didn't give Philpott a chance to even get to the football. And Newton overthrew it a little bit.
Really turned around and looked for that one as he didn't earlier on when he got the defensive pass interference call against him.
So 2nd and 10, ball at the 46 of Leander. Four receivers for Medina Valley. They'll send Rips in motion. Takes the snap. Newton rolling out under a lot of pressure, and he's sacked back at the 43-yard line.
Alba came from the blind side from his outside linebacker spot. Newton never sensed him coming.
That's a loss of 9. They'll spot him at the 45. So it's 3rd and 19. .213 to play and a timeout taken by Leander Glenn. Yeah, I think they had too many men on the field.
Yep.
Because otherwise, you don't take a timeout there. Medina Valley's reeling on their heels after a sack. They're having to just run a play to save some time. Leander has to call timeout. Now the Panthers can set up a play here on 3rd down. And since it's 4-down territory here, Maury, you got to get it probably about half of this back at least.
Yep, try to get half of it back at a time.
Make it manageable.
Don't need it all in once, but you need to get something.
So out of the timeout here, 3rd down and 19. Newton takes a snap to throw, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. He's got a man complete. 1st down to the Panthers, down to the 29-yard line.
That was Kevin Slaughter on the catch for the Panthers.
And the Panthers quickly to the line of scrimmage. Big pass and catch that time. 4 wideouts here. Ball at the 29. Takes a snap. Newton again looking to throw. Fires right side. That's incomplete as he just underthrew that. Pass was intended for Gallion, but it'll stop the clock with 1:55 to go. It's 2nd down and 10.
Hit the freshman for that big play there to keep the drive alive. We were waiting to see Slaughter get involved in this ball game.
Yep. Freshman wide receiver for the Panthers. He's slotted over to the right. 4 wide receivers here. Takes a snap. Newton with time. Fires deep left side towards Gallion at the end zone. That's incomplete. Overthrew him. Covered by number 14, Ovalle again. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Gallion pretty much turned into the defensive back there.
Yeah. When you know with as big as Gallion is, if you throw it up and let him come back to the football, he's probably going to make a play or get an interference call.
Yep.
1:48 to play. 3rd down and 10 from the 29. Newton under center. Takes the snap. Sets up, fires over the middle, almost picked off by number 22. Pass was intended for Brody Rips. And that was 22, Jaden Smith. And it's 4th and 10.
He jumped that route quick.
And now Gallion will come back into the ball game for the Panthers. Yeah, he is winded because he's just been running 40, 50 yards downfield.
This is his first game time action. He never played in either of the scrimmages.
Takes the snap. Steps up, fires over the middle, complete to Rips down to the 10-yard line, still on his feet, inside the 10 to about the 6. It'll be 1st and goal.
Time will stop as they move the chains.
Minute 35 to play. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6. Big catch by Brody Rips.
Especially in traffic.
Minute 30 now as the clock winds. 1st and goal. Takes the snap.
Oh.
Fires it in and out of the hands of number 14, Ovalle.
Reason I said is because number 44 was closing the gap again, Alba.
No, he put a good lick on Newton as soon as he let go of the ball, but it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Clock stops at a minute 21. Takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it toward the corner of the end zone, and that's going to float incomplete. Nobody even in the area. It was intended for Brody Rips, but that ball was overthrown to the back pylon. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 6 with a minute 16 to go.
'81 checked into the game now for the Panthers as one of the receivers.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 6. Minute 16 to go, down by 14. The Panthers trying to cut it to one possession. Newton under pressure, rolling out, ball's on the ground. And Medina Valley gets back on top of it at the 11 or 12-yard line. But the clock continues to run, a minute 6 and counting. It's going to be...
That was number 11, Norman, putting the pressure on.
Yep, they spot him at the 12. It's going to be 4th down and goal from the 12-yard line. 54 seconds and counting. Down to 50. Takes the snap. Newton looking to throw. Rolling right side. Fires it, just throws it up in the air out of bounds, and that is going to be the ball game. Newton took a good lick at the end of that after the fact.
That was Alba putting the pressure on once again for the Grizzlies, and that is probably going to do it for the Panthers.
Yeah, turnover on down from Medina Valley with 41 seconds left, and that is going to pretty much seal it here.
Just need one snap in the victory formation for the Grizzlies.
So Leander will send their offense back out on the field here. As Maury said, all they got to do is take a knee. They're taking a long time to huddle up.
Yeah, they are.
As they come to the line now, in victory formation, and they put a knee down, and that will do it. They won't have to do it again. As your final score.
Tonight's ball game will be the visiting Glen Grizzlies 21, your Medina Valley Panthers 0.
7.
Or 7, excuse me. Panthers will travel to Bernie Champion next week.
And so the new era here with the turf field. The Panthers go 0-1 to start the season. But there's some 21-7.
Didn't make it easy on Leander.
No, not at all.
On the Glen Grizzlies.
You know, and a play here and there in this game could have easily went the other way. You know, you had them in 3rd down and 13. You had them in 3rd and 8, down 13-7. You couldn't get the stops to get them off the field, and you know that's all she wrote. And unfortunately for the Panthers, they couldn't get the stops when they needed them the most on the defensive end. But credit Leander, they're a big physical football team. They played a good game. They're a tough team, and you know the Panthers went toe-to-toe with them there for a while there, just at the very end.
Till the fourth quarter, right at the end, yep.
Yeah, weren't able to get that final stop. But we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back to wrap things up. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet and by Dotson House Moving and Construction, and we'll continue in just a moment.
The biggest sale of the year at North Park in Castroville. The 4-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. On new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab. Posted at a low $32,999. Get $15,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Or 2.9% for 84 months. Plus 1-year wash tub pass and 2 years of oil changes. Open late Fridays and Saturdays. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville. Or at npchevy.com.
Dotson House Moving and Construction is a 4th-generation company operated by the same family for over 75 years. We do turnkey work from moving your structure, setting the foundation, and all your construction needs. Aluminum decking, concrete work, canopies, and any other need to make your project operational. From moving to construction, large or small, Dotson House Moving and Construction does it all. Located at 12939 Southwest Loop 410 in San Antonio. Give us a call at 210-628-1459.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Have you ever been in a car accident? Was your car taken to a body shop? Or maybe an impound yard? Perhaps a major repair that's too costly. Even if this happened 2 years ago, Lone Star Towing is interested in buying all junk, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles. The process of getting you paid and that vehicle out of there is quick and easy. Call Lone Star Towing today at 210-777-0585.
We're back here at Panther Stadium as the Panthers fall to 0-1 to start the 2024 season. 21-7, your final. Leander 1-0 now. The Panthers will travel to Bernie Champion next week, but Maury, this was a 0-0 game going to the second quarter. Leander would strike first to make it 7-0 as both teams kind of traded blows early. Leander would get a score on a 4-yard touchdown run. It would be 7-0 at halftime as the Panther offense kind of stalled out in that first half. In the second half, Leander Glenn took the opening kickoff, ran 7 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock, and scored on a quarterback run for a touchdown down there as they punched it in, and Medina and took a 13-0 lead as the extra point was blocked. Medina Valley would then proceed to take the next possession. They had 3rd down and 10. Michael Newton threw a big first down to one of his receivers over the middle, picked up the 10 yards they needed. Then he had a big run, ended up punching it into the end zone early in the fourth quarter to make it 13-7. There's a 2-yard quarterback sneak by Newton. It got him on the board. And then Leander would get the football. The Panthers had a chance to get the football back. They had him in 3rd and 13. And they ended up, the quarterback, Zabovis, managed to keep the play going with his feet toward the far sideline. His receiver, Davis, came back to the ball. They picked up 17 yards on 3rd and 13 to get the first down. Later on, they had him in 3rd down and 8. They managed to pick up the first down on a quarterback run out to the outside. They would end up putting it in the end zone for Ortiz for the score. 2-point conversion was good, made it 21-7. Panthers with limited time, under 4 minutes left when they got the ball. Had it first and goal at the 6, weren't able to put it in. They turned it over on downs. That's all she wrote. The Panthers come out short on this one. And,
not because of a lack of effort, though.
No,
they never gave up.
Yeah, and, the effort was there. And the bad part is that, you had your chance to get the ball back in a one-possession game, and you just couldn't get the stop when you needed it the most. And Leander was able to pick up those first downs. You weren't able to get the stop you needed, but it's the first game of the year. There's going to be things like that happen. They're running a different style of offense. Last year they were in the spread offense all year. They're running the wing T. Newton's under center. They spread it out a little more in the second half because they had to, spreading out with 4 wide instead of keeping those 2 slot guys right there close to the formation. They were able to pick up some yards and do some things with the football, but you got Bernie Champion next week, who's no slouch, just as good, maybe better than Leander Glenn, and then you get Bernie the next week. So you got 3 tough games in a row to start the season, and we'll see what the Panthers can do, make some adjustments throughout the week, but some good things to take from it. No pre-snap penalties.
No turnovers.
No turnovers, other than turnover on downs, which that's going to happen, but no fumbles, no interceptions. You played a pretty clean game. They had a couple of face mask penalties that hurt them.
That's aggressiveness, kind of.
Yeah, things like that are going to happen. You're going to have holding calls, a few during a game, but there weren't a lot of them.
No.
There were some questionable things the referees did during the game, but it happens. There wasn't.
I don't think either one of them.
No one benefited.
The outcome of the game was
not at
any
all.
Any doubt. No.
But it was things here, ball spot here. Did the ball hit Leander Glenn's player's leg on the punt? Things like that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the Panthers come out 21-7 on the wrong end of it. But it's a close game. We knew it would be physical. We knew this would be a close game. Unfortunately, they just couldn't come out with a win. And we'll look forward to next week. The game will be at Bernie Champion on Friday night. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air around 6:45. There will be no Sports for Supper for Sammy's this week. I also want to wish good luck to the cross-country team.
This weekend.
They have a big meet here at Medina Valley tomorrow. They said 90 district vehicles are going to be coming to that between middle school JV and the varsity meets. So huge cross-country meet here tomorrow. Good luck to them.
Yep.
21-7 is your final score. Player of the game for the Panthers, Maury, I think, you give it to a defensive player, or do you give it to Michael Newton? Because if it's not for Newton, the Panthers don't get some of those plays. He did some things with his legs, kept it going, made some good passes when he had to. Didn't make any bad decisions with the football.
No.
He got sacked a couple of times. Those weren't his fault.
No, those weren't. Because he held on to the ball too long.
Yeah, exactly.
Sacks.
And didn't throw any interceptions. He ran for a touchdown. I think he's the player of the game.
Yes.
Hit of the game, I think, needs to go to, number 38 made it on a special
team. On the special teams, yes.
Yeah, and that was number 38, Braylon Simmons. And that hit of the game is brought to you by Lone Star Towing. And the player of the game, Michael Newton, brought to you by Tanya's Travel by Design.
Yes, sir.
So your final score here tonight, Medina Valley falls to Leander Glenn, 21-7. For the Medina Valley Broadcast Network, Maury Stein, and our cameraman, Marcus Fuentes, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night.